Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy White. I'm your host. I'm the founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. And I want to thank you for joining us. And first, like I always do at the very beginning, we have to thank our sponsors. And first and foremost, Area 52 Media Group, John Gaston. And I want to welcome our new tech guy, Austin, on board. I've met Austin. He's a really cool guy, and he's going to be helping us out and hopefully our new tech guy. So welcome, Austin. Also, we need to thank Delane Gaston with the mortgage firm. Her support throughout the years has been tremendous. Anything mortgages, especially if you're just starting out, you want to get everything in line, especially these days. She can get you all set up and hopefully make things go a little bit more smoothly than they could go, I guess. So, my two biggest supporters, both here for the show and personally, super great people. So, please, support Area 52 Media Group. If you want to do your own show like this, I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. And mortgages, for sure, Delin. So it's been kind of a crazy week again. I don't know. It seems like lately I've been saying this every week. I think my life is just going nuts. Lot going on with doing again more changes, with the house, things rolling with the foundation, getting our support groups up. We got, of course, Art for Hope coming up. That's our biggest thing coming up next. It's our major fundraiser for the foundation. September 12th at the Hilton Garden Inn. Again, the Hilton Garden Inn is a huge supporter of the foundation and Art for Hope. We've been with them since its inception. It's really weird on my Facebook feed this morning. What is it? Memories or whatever comes up, past things. It popped up our first Art for Hope event. And we had, the flyer that we just showed, but the benefactor for the first Art for Hope was the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, our Tampa Bay chapter, because we had just started the foundation and we had not got our nonprofit status paperwork back yet. So doing the fundraiser, which was really great because it still brought attention to the foundation and our mission. It's just we had to donate all the funds that we raised to another organization. But this year, and for now, we're in our 7th year, and we have our sponsors again this year. Of course, Area 52 Media Group, who again has been with us since the inception of Art for Hope. And the Rotary Club of the Nature Coast is our Dolly sponsor. They're new on board this year. And our Da Vinci sponsor so far, we have Precision Survey and Mapping Incorporated. Of course, they've been with us since the inception also. That was the company that Bobby worked for many years. Actually, he was working for him until the day before he left us. But they've been a great support for me and the foundation. So at Art for Hope, of course, it's art. That's because that's what I've done for a living for way too many years. But anyway, so periodically, and I'm supposed to do this every week, and I did it partially this week. Some of the artwork that we're going to have available, which we have tons of artwork. We have a collection of Broadway posters. Now they're old posters, but they are reproductions. They're not the originals, and we have the certificates for them. But one of them is from the play The Wiz, and this is one of the items that we'll have available at Art for Hope. And they're not going to be auction items. We're just going to have a price on them, and That's it. I think there's in this collection 5 or 6 different ones. So hopefully over the next few weeks, I'll show each one and give you some more information on the ones that we have available. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of artwork. And we're going to have, we always have guest speakers. Art for Hope is an uplifting event, even though it's, you know, to support the foundation, to support suicide loss survivors and prevention. It helps support our new support grief support groups, along with our purple folder. But we have our grief support groups. The first or the second Wednesday of the month is in Spring Hill. The third Thursday of the month is in West Pasco. Now, our location, I found out just a little bit ago, will be changing. And so hopefully by the time this show airs, we will have the new location, and I'll put it in the comments. So I'm a teeny bit frazzled again, which it doesn't take much for me, but I just found out that this is happening. So, and if I'm really truly honest with myself, I kind of had a funny feeling when we did this at first. It was a possibility, but I was hoping that it wasn't going to be. But it's all going to work out. I was at a meeting today and met somebody, and she had a loss also a year after we lost Bobby. And so the support is out there for us. We just need to keep getting the word out. And it's, that's what we got to do. We got to talk about it. We'll have some keynote speakers. I think one of them at least is coming out of Tampa with some connections that we've made down there. And hopefully soon we'll be either starting or help facilitate a group in not West Pasco, we are in West Pasco, in East Pasco, and looking possibly in the late fall Tampa. So if you're in our area, just let us know and help support us. Art for Hope is an uplifting event, and everybody always ends up, we leave there with our spirits high and supporting each other. And yeah, it's really good. And I don't know if this is going to be, I'm going to say it's true because he told me it was. So now he can't change his mind. Area 52 Media Group is going to be there interviewing people if you want to be interviewed, and then you can be on our show and possibly little surprise guests on who knows what. So, attend Art for Hope. The Hilton Garden Inn is located at the Suncoast and 54, and we have it there not only because of our relationship with the people that work there and the manager, but it makes it really super easy for everybody to get to in the Tampa Bay area because it's right off the Suncoast and 54, so it's easy to get to from Pinellas County, from Hillsborough County, from Pasco, from Hernando, because with our support group being in Hernando, it's real easy to get to. So we have free hors d'oeuvres, cash bar, may have some other surprises. Our gift basket raffle is always, really super awesome. And usually one of our sponsors, JR World Travel, she puts up a huge lottery board, and probably, I can't say for sure, but probably Leanne's Cookies is going to be our dessert sponsor. She's been our dessert sponsor, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. Oh, her cookies are really super good. I'll let you know for sure next week because you can order her cookies from all over the country and she'll ship them out, and they are awesome cookies, awesome homemade cookies. So anyway, what do we got going? Yeah, this thing with having having to find a new location already. But all's good. It's all going to work out. I just know it will. So this past weekend, we live on an acre land. I still live in the same home that Bobby and I lived in for 25 years. And we have these palmettos in the front yard that he would always trim back, and what he trimmed them back way further than I do. But it makes these palms look like almost like a piece of art. So over the weekend, what he did in one day, it takes me 2 days to do. So this is part of, what I kind of do around here sort of on the weekends when weather permitting. We're dodging rainstorms now, which is really good because we need the rain really, really bad. But it's, and I have people say, why don't you just have somebody come out and do it? It's so hot out there. But, it's one thing that makes me feel close to Bobby, doing work that he actually should be here doing. Sometimes when I get frustrated, I let him know that. But I was really pretty proud of myself because everything's looking like really, really good. Our lake is really low, and I need to do some more work around down there off the bank and get some of that cleaned up. But I was really pretty proud of myself. Things like that get hard at times, and sometimes it's harder than other times. But this weekend it really wasn't too bad. And when I could stand back and walk around the yard, I didn't find any empty Budweiser cans this weekend though. That's kind of his calling card. Even after he's been gone for a little over 8 years. But last time I did. This weekend I didn't. But there's a lot of work to do, but I do it because I've watched him do it for so many years, and it does it makes me feel good even when I'm out there in the middle of the day in the heat. But I try to follow the shade. That's probably the most important thing, is trying to follow the shade. So anyways, so going back to Art for Hope, remember, there's sponsorships available. We showed the sponsors, told you about our sponsors. A lot of our sponsors are repeat sponsors. I know we have more sponsorships coming in, and they are repeat sponsors. So the sooner, if you're interested in sponsoring Art for Hope, the more airtime you get, I guess you could say, both here and on all our social media pages. And also sponsorships for this show are available. That would be a really great thing, to show people that you're not afraid to help us tackle a difficult subject, because it's out there. And yeah, you don't want to be afraid to tackle it. I was hoping I had a meeting Monday. It ended up being canceled due to a conflict in scheduling. Zero Suicide Partners of Hillsborough County, which I told you last week, we're part of Zero Suicide Partners of Hillsborough and Pinellas County, and also a SAFE program for Pasco County, which is basically the same, except for Pasco County we'd like to be different, and so we named ours differently. But we'll have some more information on that coming pretty soon, because I had a meeting with one of the gals, one of the subcommittees, and basically in Hillsborough they kind of want to do sort of what the Bobby White Foundation is doing, have a subcommittee that's going to address the, I guess, post-suicide, the lost survivor side. The acronym for theirs is, I believe, LOSS. and I'm sorry, I don't know what the letters stand for. I can't remember yet. But we're going to be involved with that subcommittee, helping them out, and which timing is kind of everything. Sometimes I received a phone call from a friend yesterday morning, and I don't believe I met the person, but it's an acquaintance of a couple people that I know. This person tried to take their life. She's in the hospital right now, and they were concerned about what's going to happen when she gets released from the hospital. And that's one of the things we're really working on, in being a partner with these other organizations. That's one of the big deals, is what happens when a person is released after an attempt. And so I have the connections, and I'm hearing what's going on, and she's safe, and it sounds like she may have the wraparound available. If not, we have the contacts to help facilitate that when it happens. It's kind of like a day by day thing right now. I don't think she's going to be released like within a day or two, but we want to make sure that the help and the resources and the support are there for her when she's released. Because I spoke about this, I believe, last week briefly. We were getting into the part for what you call it, the national strategic plan, and the second strategy is this, and which is goal 8, the implementation of services as a core component for prevention. So it's kind of falling in. It's weird how the universe works. It's falling in line with the things that we are working on, and makes it. And people are coming to us so that do you know this? How can we help, so that we can be there and ready, and make sure that I truly believe that this hospital is working towards that. But again, we can help facilitate that if need be with our partners, with the programs that we're involved in. It's yeah, it's kind of a crazy ride right now. But I wanted to mention, prior to going into that, we did Art for Hope, and don't forget, you can go to our Art for Hope Facebook page. I haven't been like super good on updating it, but I'm gonna be like really way better. Like, the artwork is going to be on there. So the Art for Hope Facebook page will have updated information on art that's going to be available. And also, I had put on, I don't know if I put it on this page or not. A couple of years ago, I did an interview with the Suncoast News, and it came out just before Christmas of 2022. And I actually didn't find out about it until Christmas Eve. I was at my nephew's house, and my brother-in-law told me, and I read the article. And the gal who wrote the article was really great, and but it was really raw and truthful, hard truth. And I put the link in. I know it's on the foundation Facebook page, with a warning that it speaks the truth, and it's raw, and you can't go and read it. It's not light reading. But I messaged her last week and to update her with the support groups, which now I got to change. I had to text her this afternoon before we got on with the show to let her know that the location for the West Pasco support group is going to change. But she's going to be writing another article about the foundation uh, and our support groups and bring everybody up to date with what the foundation is doing or has done since um, she introduced us a couple of years ago. So that's really cool. So there's going to be a link. If the link is not there already, I'll make sure it's there for the previous article. And then when the new article comes out, because I don't know if it's going to be like the day this show airs or the following Wednesday. It comes out twice a week, but we'll make sure that the link is there. But anyway, so going back to the national strategy. I gave you some information about last week and leading up to we're at the goal 8, which is the implement effective suicide prevention services as a core component of healthcare. Because what they have found with research and what has happened is the first 24 to 72 hours after somebody has been released, after being hospitalized, Baker acted, whatever it is in your community, the first 24 to 72 hours is extremely critical. If there's no wraparound services or support, the chance of another attempt is extremely, extremely high. So those first 24 to 72 hours, the first week, there needs to be, it's critical, very critical that opportunities are taken to identify any further risks so that so there isn't a reattempt. And I seem to see a little bit more of that, although in a lot of cases it's not, because there's just not enough services. There's not enough service people. With the amount of crisis that's happening, it's just it's hard, and we have to help figure out how to make and keep these people safe. In the national strategic plan, they have there's just so much. Anytime I get into this with you guys, sometimes I get overwhelmed with what I'm trying to share because it's so much. But you can go onto their website and you can pull up this whole thing. But anyways, so some of the considerations are where these people are going, the settings, their environment after they leave care, and places that can help respond to risk, such as primary care offices. Of course, we got the emergency rooms in hospitals, substance use treatment centers, inpatient facilities, outpatient mental health facilities, assisted living facilities, tribal health systems. They're another population that is at high risk. School health services, home health services. Like I've always talked about, this has to be a wraparound of a community, of organizations, because not one of us can conquer this. It takes all of us, all of our services, to help everyone in our community with the crisis, and it is a crisis. Here in Pasco County, I can honestly say on an average, and I know it's way more than this, we have on the average one suicide a week in Pasco County. We're a population of just under 700,000 people. And um, quite often it's more than that. But that I'm saying on a low average. Um, and I know we're not going to get to everybody. I wish that we could, but we're improving. Things are much better. Help is out there a lot more than what they were when Bobby died. But then again, he was part of that population that had no mental health in his records. He wasn't on the radar. Wasn't on the radar. So, and there's a lot of that they are not on the radar. So, I try, and I have to try every day now to do what I can do to keep my mind healthy. And it's hard. It's a struggle. It's a struggle for all of us. It's a super hard struggle for loss survivors. And I always have a quote of for the week, but this one isn't such a quote. It's a book that I'm reading, and it's Rituals for Transformation, a 108-day journey to your sacred life. And this was the one that came up yesterday. And it's I Choose Happiness. Now, my 108 days is actually probably 3 or 4 years I've been doing this book. And you meditate, you write what you're thinking in the morning, you write your thoughts in the afternoon, your intention for the day. So I'm going to post this picture in the comments so you can take some time and really read it. I was going to pull out something, but I really couldn't. You need to read the whole thing. So read it and remember, put those phone numbers in your phone. They're important. And remember, there is always hope. Thank you.